Good morning, everyone. Um, I'm currently house sitting my girlfriend, and there's some cats here, and there's her little dog, and I'm having a cup of coffee. But I want to take you on a walk. So, there's something that I learned um, when I started studying stocks and debt and leverage, capital, assets, all those things. And what I learned was that money isn't just money today. Money has one important brother that you need to know about, and that is time. So, I want to use an example that will demonstrate my point exactly, which is $1 million is not just $1 million. There's things you need to factor in. Is it cash? Is it $1 million in a building? Is it $1 million in a car? Is it $1 million in a watch? Or is it $1 million in debt? Is it getting hit by inflation? What is that $1 million in? So we're gonna have a chat today. I'm gonna show you an example, and I'm sure you're gonna love it. We're going to play a game. I'm going to use two examples of big purchases that are deposits and then monthly payments, and how that will affect the way that you build your wealth in your 20s, in your 30s, or in your life. I'm 19 years old, and something that I see a lot of people my age doing in university or when they get their first paying job is getting a car on finance. Now, I'm going to show you exactly why debt is bad. We've all heard that debt is bad. Everyone says, don't get into bad debt. Only get into debt for a house. Don't get into debt for a car or a holiday or whatever. But I want to show you exactly why. Like, what are you missing out on by getting a car on lease? And why is it that you should drive a shitty Ford Figo like me? Let me show you. So this is an example of a car that I really want to get. It's a Range Rover Velar. And the Range Rover Velar is one of the best SUVs you can get, pound for pound. Now, we're going to work in rands, just so that you are aware. The rand to dollar is 18. So this is about $100,000 for this car. Okay. Now, let's say you want to get on finance. And all that you have is 180,000 Rand. I made it 180,000 Rand because that is $10,000. So it's just easy to work out. We got a $10,000 deposit for a $100,000 car. All right. And you would be paying 32,000 Rand a month, which is probably about $2,000. So we're going to go here. We're going to put in your $180,000 Rand deposit. Okay. With your monthly contribution, which would be 32,342, and then for 5 years. Yeah, that's for 72 months, which is 5 years. Okay. And you would be getting this car for 5 years, and then by the time you paid it off, it's all yours. Okay. Similar to here, you would be investing this into the S&P, which has a effective annual interest rate of 11%. So your money's going up 11% every year, whereas with the Range Rover or with a car or with debt, you're paying interest that goes up every year. So by the end of the 5 years, you have paid 2.3 million Rand for a car that is worth 1.7 million Rand. You've paid an extra 748,000 Rand in interest. That's 748,000 Rand, roughly about, let's say, $40,000. You paid an extra $40,000 for this. But now we introduce money's big brother, which is time. Money isn't static. So we're going to talk about time now. And here's the crazy thing about time, right? Is that time compounds actions. So the action of investing or the action of being stolen from through debt. So Remember, you've paid this amount for this amount, but this car is only worth this amount in 2023. So, what is this car worth after the 5 years? Well, let's take a look. 2023, 2018, 900,000 Rand. So you just paid 2.3 million Rand for a car that is not even worth $1 million. Do you see what I'm saying here? You just paid around $130,000 for a car that is not even worth $50,000. And the reason you paid more is because you got it today. You weren't willing to wait. You wanted to have girls hug you a little bit longer when they greeted you. You wanted guys at the party to shake your hand with a bit more respect. You wanted your parents to feel slightly less nervous about your financial situation by the mask, by the front that you're putting up. You just paid $130,000 for a $50,000 car. Now, what do we get if we put that money into an asset? We get 2.7 million Rand. And remember, we get 2.7 million Rand for paying not this. We didn't pay this because we didn't pay any interest, but for paying this. So in 5 years, we just made an extra $1 million, which is probably about $50,000, maybe $60,000. We made an extra $50,000 to $60,000 in 5 years by putting it into this. Now we can take this out, we can buy this car cash and have money left over. Instead of having this shitty 900,000 Rand car and you have no money. So I really hope that you understand my point and you see why it is a stupid decision to get into debt for a car. And I hope that this doesn't just bring light to why you shouldn't get a car, but it helps you understand the relationship between time and money and how time compounds the things that you do with your money. And it's exactly why I'm not taking a salary from my business, and I won't be for a while, because I'd rather have that money move back into the business so that it can grow like this instead of like this. I want my business to grow, and then when it reaches that point that I'm comfortable with, I can pull money out and feed my lifestyle and get what I want. But I'm willing to wait. I really hope you learned something from this video. Let me know what you think. Let me know if this makes any sense at all. Thank you for watching.